Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy JB, and I'm back for another episode of Power of the Third. Today is January 18th. It is MLK Day, and so today, I'm gonna be covering some of my portfolio that's had a little fluctuation, and also I'm gonna be reading some Martin Luther King and some MLK, and kind of giving y'all my interpretation of it. I have this book right here. It's called The Wisdom of Martin Luther King Jr. And basically, it has a lot of words in alphabetical order that he uses in his speeches. And basically, I'll give y'all an example if you can see it. Maybe you can't, but it'll go car wash, challenge, and what is this one? Chaos. Oh my goodness, my mic. It's okay. Chaos, and it'll have a paragraph of a quote that he says. And so today, since I'm gonna be going over investing and stuff, I thought a good word to choose would be capitalism. And so he has 4 quotes on capitalism. And so the first one is: truth is not to be found either in traditional capitalism or in Marxism. Each represents a particular truth. Historically, capitalism failed to discern the truth in collective enterprise, and Marxism failed to see the truth in individual enterprise. So my interpretation of that is that I need to find out the definition of Marxism, and for as far as capitalism, basically, I think it spurs the individual, but it doesn't highlight the significance of working together cumulatively so that we can all achieve a higher goal. So with capitalism, basically, the idea is for you yourself to make yourself the most valuable person that you can be, and that way one person changes the lifestyle of a lot of people. And so from my context clues, I'm assuming Marxism is when a lot of people collectively work towards one specified goal. But if that's the case, then no one can truly express themselves to make the world a better place in the way that they would, but in a way that everyone is seeing one particular issue. And so that's a good one to contemplate on. I'm gonna look in the dictionary for Marxism, and then I'm gonna kind of come back with another interpretation of that, because that is a great quote and it really does make you think. So shout out to MLK, because this man was extraordinary. And so the next quote, it says, 19th century capitalism failed to appreciate that life is social, and Marxism failed to see that life is individual and social. The kingdom of God is neither the thesis of individual enterprise nor the antithesis of collective enterprise, but a synthesis which reconciles the truth of both. So from my interpretation of that one, is what I'm getting is, if we have an individual and then we have a collective body, and what we want to do is we want to get a lot of individuals that have a certain goal that they want to achieve, and they collaborate, they synthesize, they get serendipitous, and kind of they build on one another, they compound. Or like, if you have one group here and one group here, then they're never going to be on the same page because they're both directed at two separate goals. That's two individuals. But I never thought of it like that, so I'm definitely going to have to dive into this more. Another one, this one might make a little more sense to me. It says, the profit motive, when it is the sole basis of an economic system, encourages a cutthroat competition and selfish ambition that inspires men to be more concerned about making a living than making a life. So what he's getting at, I believe what he's getting at in this one, is that for capitalism, we're all crabs in a bucket, essentially, and we keep pulling one another down to get on top, just so we can get out the bucket and we can have all these things, all these nice things. But the idea is to make the people around you and yourself, y'all are all happy and prosperous and comfortable with together in unity, and that love is shared with one another instead of doing your best to outdo one another. You work together to achieve that goal that's gonna make life better for everyone. And so his final one, it says capitalism may lead to a practical materialism that is as pernicious as the theoretical materialism taught by communism. And so my interpretation of this one is communism is what tries to deter people from becoming materialists, while capitalism promotes it. But I'm not quite sure how I feel about saying capitalism creates materialism, because we're not going to agree with everything, and I do have to have a counter argument about this. Is that it's okay to want nice things and to want a lavish lifestyle, but it's not okay to do wrong by others, to bring them down. And Aisha, I'm recording. Sorry guys, my sister was singing, making a ruckus. But basically what I was getting at is that materialism is, I don't want to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. I just, things are things, and they don't have emotions or feelings, and so you shouldn't treat them as such. You should just use them as tools, and as you do gain more things, maybe you value. Well, the way I see it is, if you have things and you treat them with care, and you have responsibility to make sure that they remain in good shape and decent condition, but you still get a practical use out of them. Like if you buy a $100,000 car and you don't drive it, you just hold on to it because you don't want to mess it up. I think that's not the proper way to go about those things. But say you do own $100,000 car, and you go and tear it up. That means you don't value the things that you work for. And so I think that there's a balancing act, but in order to truly value your materials, you have to value everything you own, even when you don't own a lot. So capitalism requires you to climb that ladder and to get to the top, but you should take care of yourself and the things that you have on the way up. If you don't really care about anything, and you don't value anything, then when you do get a bunch of stuff, you're never going to be happy with it, because it's always not enough, or it's never going to hold up. You want stability and reliability, and when you do that, when you don't take care of your items, then there's a chance that you won't be appreciative of them when you have a lot of it. And so I'm going to get into my portfolio for the day. The market is closed today because it's MLK Day, but I wanted to show y'all that since I have been promoting my channel and my account, that I did receive a free stock today. Shout out to Yuri for getting involved in Robinhood. Way to go for her for planning her future and working towards a wealthy future. What I did receive was, it's called Heckler Mining. I haven't really researched it much, Okay, it says it produces lead, zinc, and bulk concentrations of custom smetters and brokers, and develops unrefined precipitate and bullion bars for precious metals traders. Well, this works for me because I do purchase precious metals, so I'm gonna have to do a little more research. But I received 2 whole shares of it because Yuri signed up, and when you sign up, if you use my code, you will receive a free stock or 2, depending on what Robinhood is still doing. But basically, it's essentially giving out free money. If I were to sell those shares and just cash out, I would have $10 in my pocket. But I'm gonna see how it does, because it does seem like a good company, especially with precious metals, because when the dollar bill goes down, the value of precious metals goes up, I believe. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and since I didn't pay anything for it, I'm just gonna watch it. If I make a profit, then great. It seems like over the past 3 months it has been bulling, but it's also going into a bear, so I just gotta watch it. She also, I believe she received 2 shares, but I will have to contact her about that. And so if y'all are interested in receiving some free shares and getting started investing into your future and making a lot of money without doing a whole lot, then I do recommend that you use my code down in the description below. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of money going on in my portfolio. This is quite a bit of money for me. And so, I guess starting out, you have to start somewhere, and this is my beginning portfolio. I really want to buy some more Adidas, but when I tried to buy it, it said that I could only buy a full share. And so I'm not sure if that still stands, but when the market opens tomorrow, I'm going to see what it's talking about. And if I can't get a partial share, I might just get the full share, because Adidas, I believe, is about to go up maybe $100. But then again, I don't know. And I really like their gear, so I don't even mind investing in it, because I can probably keep the company going single-handedly as much as I buy Adidas gear. And so, pretty diversified going in. I got, this is health and wellness. This is technology. This is clothing and apparel. Got personal care, health. This is also, I forgot what this is. Since I work at a gas station, I have a lot of customers come in. Usually, I like to talk stocks because it's basically like teaching myself. And a guy came in and he recommended this company. It's called Alcon. And they do surgical equipment, eye drops, contact lenses, and things of that nature. And I've had some really good returns from it, and I think I'm going to continue to invest in it, because thus far it's been very good to me. And I'm going into the medical field, so I probably should research some more medical based businesses. And I truly believe that, medical businesses are not gonna go out of business. So this is how I see the market. I'm not a financial advisor, so I plan on making some ridiculous returns and collecting some massive dividends. But if you're taking my portfolio and applying it, it won't work, because everyone's portfolio is different, because we all have different preferences. I kind of followed the format of what Warren Buffett uses, and essentially it's things that are never going to go out of business or out of style. And so, like General Electric, as long as they provide dishwashers and dryers and appliances, then I think they're going to continue to go up, and their value is going to go up. Even though they have a lot of shares out there, I do believe that it's worth the investment. So I'm gonna continue to invest in them, and they also work in clean energy, so they're gonna continue to get invested in. And any other ones I haven't really. I can go over SiriusXM. This was my first free stock. I probably mentioned that before, and I just keep investing in this. I don't even have I don't even have SiriusXM in my car, but it does come built in like most cars now, and so I'm just waiting for it to take off, waiting for it to hit like $50 a share, and then we'll see. I will keep buying until I own a large portion of it. But it's the idea is to invest in low cost companies, buy large amounts of cheap shares, and that's playing the game of risk. And especially if you're young, you want to play the game of risk, and you want to buy things that are like maybe $1, $2, $3, and buy a whole lot of it. And then if the stock takes off, you hold on to it until it peaks, and then you can either sell it or you can hold on to it and collect the dividends. That's completely up to you. And then if it starts to go down again, just be patient. When it hits, if you think it hits rock bottom, I suggest you buy more, because it's like a Black Friday sale. That was probably I can completely understand that investment advice. That if something bottoms out, to just buy a whole lot of it, because the market has to come back. It has to revive. So for a good example would be right here. Like if I owned stock down here and then climbed up to right about here, I could sell it or I could hold on to it. But if it dips back down, it's bound to go back up. But if it's all the way down here, I would buy some more, and then I wait for it to go up again, and so forth. But that's just, I think that's a fast daily thing. I'm more of a passive investor, so I want some stable companies, and doing the day by day trading is just not for me. It's not something I'm interested in doing. I just want to see the long-term growth and continue to see my portfolio expand. And so we'll keep an eye on this. I'll show y'all on a different day when the market is open, kind of my results from the stocks that I received for free because Yuri downloaded the app and he used my recommendation. So I highly recommend y'all do that. My recommendation for Robinhood and Acorns are going to be below. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below. Give me some content y'all want to hear. Any feedback, anything you like, you don't like. I want to hear it all because I really care about y'all. And this is my way of tracking my growth and helping y'all grow to influence and inspire as many people as I can as well. This has been JB, and this has been another episode of Power in the Third. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Or if y'all go to a different day, I'll catch y'all on another day. Y'all stay up. It's been your boy JB, and I'm out.